say you want if each of it. You write books, film, song, and even this so it end. The way you work, really, them I feel respect it, my friend. Nah, I beg nobody.
Hello everyone, J Mullings from Aromatherapy here, AKA Wicked Penman. Today is another topic which I think is quite relevant to the times and one I wanted to kind of speak on, and it's how to cope with disappointment. I've got friends, family, and at some point this month, even myself will be celebrating, you can't even call it a celebration, but we have events, birthdays, barbecues. It might be something to do with your business, a business event. You might have had talks to give. You might have sales. A lot of that is going around at the moment, and a lot of us are missing out on things that, obviously for reasons beyond our control, it's important to kind of process this in the right way, or you might find it's having an effect on your ability to kind of focus on the present and what's going on at the moment. I guess I wanted to share some of my own coping mechanisms and then see if they were helpful to anyone else, or invite people if they have ways of dealing with disappointment to share that with other people in the comments and share the video, and let's start a discussion about this. As I've mentioned, we're in the month of April now, and my birthday is this month. And I know just leaving March, there's been a few birthdays, christenings, even weddings, and even funerals where we've just not been able to gather, assemble, all of these things that would usually, again, we would probably take them for granted, which ties into a previous video I've done this month. But the situation is a situation. Again, also I've been impacted where a few of the events where I was meant to be to meet people, network, sell my book, promote my film, The Jam, which is out now, sell merchandise, so on and so forth. These things have been cancelled, and it's beyond my control. A great deal of money is especially important in a time like this, and I've missed out on quite a bit of it, but I can't allow myself to get into this state of not panic, but almost like you're allowing yourself to be bitter by not confronting the fact that you can't change what's already happened. You've almost got to divorce yourself from feeling like this is something that you can fix. You can't fix it. It's happening, it's happened, it's gone if it's already gone, or it's not happening if it was scheduled to happen during this time and it's been cancelled as a result, and you just got to deal with that. Some of the ways that I process and cope is to think of things I can do with the time. So the weekend of the books event that I was meant to attend, I went out and filmed and did some other bits and worked on some new music, and just I've been diarying, keeping a diary of everything that I kind of think, feel, and things that I might have overlooked in the past. Whatever, I do that. Mindful coloring. I created a video in January about relaxation, and it does contain a lot of my coping mechanisms. I use aromatherapy a lot. I take hot baths every now and then in essential oils and so on and so forth. Listen to orchestral soundtracks. If you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you will see that I've been doing that recently a lot. Just really, really listening to soothing music or interesting music with interesting instrumentation, and allowing that to it's calming. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking is, well, I have no children, I live on my own. It's easy for you to shake things off when you're not having to deal with someone 24 hours of the day, or you don't have to look after kids, or you don't live with a partner. I understand. But at the same time, you've got to view disappointment as something where if you don't get your head around dismissing it quickly. When I say dismissing it, I mean dispatching it from having an effect on you quite quickly. You got to understand that that's gonna have an effect on how you communicate with people. In the case that you are dealing with people, it's even meditation, quiet meditation, or just quiet time to yourself. It could be, if you got a pair of headphones, you put your headphones on and you listen to, let's say you have music that you find calms you down and it doesn't disturb anyone else, or you spend 15 minutes extra in the shower or wherever it is that, again, is like your thinking space or your your place of respite, and it's with the view of you getting back to your baseline or what you're normally like without feeling disappointed about this. That's what you should be trying to do, or trying to get yourself in a space of accepting. Now, no one is saying that you can magically just, throw away the disappointment you feel. That's not what's being said at all. I feel part of it, or part of the acceptance, comes with understanding what your nature is. If this is something you've spent a lot of time looking forward to, it's okay that you're disappointed for longer than you might have originally thought you would be down about this. That's okay. But what you can't do is allow yourself to stay there. You gotta get yourself out of it. And the weather is decent in London now, so wherever you are, if the sunshine is there, and if you can't actually physically leave your home, get to a window and take in some of the sun. Or you can even combine being in the sun with listening to your music, working on your breathing, journaling, mindful coloring, wherever it is you do that helps you calm down. Try and combine a few of these things. So maybe you make it like a power hour. Exercise, meditation, take in some sun, listen to some music. You can kind of combine that into like a 4-hit combo. But seriously, my thing, the way I've been, like I said, coping is to chain a lot of these things that calm me down together. Missing out on money, not cool. Missing out on networking opportunities when you have something that's launched. My film came out on April 1st. Not cool. Or as in, not ideal. But at the same time, I'm having to rely on myself and trust and believe that things will get better, things will improve, and that actually, basically nothing gets better if I stay in this state of worry or this state of disappointment. I've kind of just got to view it as it's gone. It would have been nice if these things didn't have an effect on my release, but it's happened. So, like I said, the sooner I've been able to get into a mindset of I'm going to create new things, I'm going to spread the message using a different formula, one that, like a contingency plan, do the best I can, share what I can share, and hopefully reach, you might not reach as many people organically, but reach as many people as you can. And it doesn't give you an excuse, but it's better than just sitting there with your hands in the air saying, oh, well, everything is done and it's too late. And, it's never too late to see improvement or to take ownership of what goes on in your life. Even if it's things that are beyond your control, how you react to them is within your control. So I choose always to try and maintain control over my mind and control over my mindset. Like you or anyone else, of course I feel disappointment. Of course I would, it would have been great to attend birthday parties and christenings and gatherings and barbecues in this lovely weather, and this is the time of year for it, and I think it's the Easter holidays now, so schools would have been out. So I know if you're parents or if you've got children that are in school, so on and so forth, you would have been looking forward to maybe traveling or family events, or again, just try and do the best you can. Like, I guess one of the things when you're dealing with disappointment is not to become your own worst enemy. Like, don't destroy yourself over this disappointment. If you're the reason that something hasn't gone ahead, again, be kind to yourself. We're all dealing with some form of disappointment at the moment. I don't know if there's anyone who's gone on a win streak during this. If there is, then bless up to them. But a lot of us are feeling it right now, so you're not alone, number one, and number two, just for your own good, try and pull yourself out of that. Except meditation is good, and the reason I kind of talk about meditation so much is because and there's different types of meditation. There's meditation where you're sitting still. There's meditation where you can, depending on how your mind works, you might be able to compartmentalize and leave a part of your mind open to just stillness while you function. There are many things that we do in our life that we don't have to think about while we're doing it. So if you don't have to think while you're doing it, a part of you can dedicate a part of your mind to meditating at that moment. And that's partly why I do things like mindful coloring and mindful walks, where you go around and you look for particular colors or particular things, trees, leaves, people, animals, birds, and it focuses your mind, because it's almost an automatic response. When you're coloring, you don't really have time to think about anything else. If you're going outside on a walk, again, while it doesn't require much brain power, it kind of shuts everything else that's bothering you out, unless you got your mind particularly set on what's disappointing you, in which case you'll notice, or you may not notice immediately, but the longer you walk or the longer you exert yourself, the less you think about it. It's more about breathing and staying focused and present in the moment. Again, I'm not really gonna go down to telling you what to do. I try and keep my videos and my instructions and advice informational, but leave it open to interpretation, so you can implement it however you see fit. Everyone will have different things they enjoy. Everyone should have some kind of idea of what makes them tick, and you work within that framework. All I know is that I don't know if there's anyone that harbors a feeling of disappointment for long periods of time and still gets the best out of themselves. You gotta find a way of trying to minimize that time to try and get back to, like I said, being present and making the best of the circumstances. Or if the circumstances aren't great, it's about finding not even contentment, but allowing yourself to, give yourself the space and the kindness to find a way to come out of this situation in a much better state. Now, I don't want to talk around in circles and go on forever. I'm hoping some of what I've said here is helpful, useful, or if you have something that I've missed here, then please share it. But my essential tips for dealing with disappointment is meditation, being kind to yourself. So allowing yourself to understand that sometimes things are out of our control. If this was something that you didn't cause yourself, or if it was something that you caused, it's about using the time to learn and appreciate what you can do differently if given that situation again. Hopefully you've learned something from the experience, in which case that disappointment has set you up to win in the future. Exercise to try and take your mind off things. Journaling helps, because you're confronting how you feel, which is always a good thing. No one's telling you to walk around with like you're the Tin Man and let everyone know that you're broken and you need oil. Honestly, but it's good to you can't always wait on, especially during this period of isolation, you can't always wait on someone to try and cheer you up or pick you up. You gotta try and play that role as much as possible yourself. Aromatherapy, like I said, my diffuser is on pretty much 24 hours of the day. I have my different blends for different situations, but when I'm disappointed, I tend to mix. So I've got like lavender and jasmine, or I have my lemon and vanilla, or if I'm like trying to focus, I probably use something like peppermint and frankincense, or like your ylang ylang and cinnamon and so on. Like, just I try these different blends to kind of, and they have an effect on my mood. At least if it's a placebo effect, it's one that I welcome. Anything that helps, I'm interested in trying. But yeah, love yourself during this time. Try and learn from the disappointment, try and grow, try and evolve, but also don't destroy yourself over disappointment. Everybody is going through some form of disappointment right now. If it's your birthday, if it was a christening, or if you lost someone, sleep in paradise, whoever it was. Again, it's about understanding that these are things that the way the world is at the moment, it's not your fault. It couldn't be avoided. We will get back out there at some point. Until then, try and, like I say, govern your mind. Try and keep it strong. Exercise where you can, stretch where you can. I'm saying this mostly to myself. I don't know why, but I've been having little back soreness recently. So yeah, we've got to take care of ourselves in a time like this. And a lot of people are telling you to stick to your routine. I don't necessarily agree with that. This is not routine what's happening. This is not usual. The reason I'm saying to be kind to yourself, if your body needs rest, rest, right? It's not all about it's not business as usual. It's not business as usual. Nothing is as usual right now. So what you gotta do is try and find the best way you can to cope. Try. And remember that, like I said, there are other people who are in a similar situation to you. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and all that good stuff. Anyway, Jay Mullings from Myriad here, AKA Wicked Penman, and I'm out.